far as being powerless over anything in my life, that word, it wouldn't come to mind. And like throughout the course of treatment, like she considered me to be an exception to the rule, and didn't advise that people went about their terms of sobriety like I did. But uh, as far as a mental illness, like taking pharmaceuticals is what I consider mental illness. Okay, like the diagnosis of mental illness is, in my eyes, nothing more than a get out of growing up card. It's like here, you don't have to address, like if there's something wrong with you, or you have some kind of an issue, like you should address it and correct it. It's part of growing up. Like if they call you bipolar, or tell you have an anger problem, or you have depression, or this or that or whatever, like if they didn't want to fucking pump people full of pharmaceuticals and make them zombies and fill their bank accounts up for the rest of their lives, then people would just continue to grow up, and they would address and correct those problems and learn how to control themselves. And that's just how I feel about it.
Have you been seen by anyone in Minnesota at all?
I'm trying to think, like, I might have seen somebody once after my little brother died. But I'm not sure. I can't remember. Like the whole thing is like being like I don't need. I'm saying I don't need any kind of like I don't have any problems getting through my everyday life. Like I watch everybody in life is stressed out and like is all over life. And
sorry to interrupt, but I'm gonna. Hey, he's this good man right here. I'm sorry. My name's Marvin. He said using my Wi-Fi. He's tell you what. He's got emotional support from good friends. You know.
I don't need it. I don't need it. My dad raised me.
You don't need a shrink. That's for damn sure.
My dad raised me. My dad raised me more than most people raised their kids by the time I was fucking.
Well, tell me about your life. Where were you born?
I was born in Forest City, Iowa,
Okay.
where there's not a hospital anymore. I think there used to be.
Okay. And you mentioned having a brother. Do you have other siblings?
Yeah. I've got my little brother died in I don't know what I don't know where you work out of, but I smacked the shit out of my little brother's corpse in a hospital in Mankato.
I'm in Mankato.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I honestly I still to this day don't know. Like I don't dwell on it or whatever else, but I still don't know necessarily how that whole thing went down. Like they had my little brother on life support, and basically they were like they weren't going to unplug him until I came to say goodbye or whatever. So I just figured I wouldn't come say goodbye because people can wake up from comas like years down the road. You know what I mean? Like I've seen shit on TV. I've heard things. You know what I mean? Now, if somebody's 27 years old and an athlete in good physical condition, how could you justify unplugging them after a week or two or whatever? But at the same time, okay, like when I was first notified about what happened, like it was like I felt like I knew he was gone. Like I knew he was gone already.
What happened to him, John?
I've never been given any documents or specific answers or whatever. Okay. But a friend of mine, Nate Pronk, Nate Pronk and Danny Halverson died after a softball game. They said it was like I believe it was like an accidental overdose, some kind of pharmaceutical, and alcohol. That was in 2011. But then they told me they were going to unplug him anyway. So I went up there and tried to wake him up. I was like, look, like they're going to come in here and like if you don't wake up, like they're going to arrest me and then they're going to unplug you. So wake the fuck up. And then two nurses came and like approached me and told me that they had something that they needed to tell me. And then outside of the room, they told me that he's been gone the whole time. Like, and I knew that initially, like that's how I felt. But then like they plug him in and lead everybody to believe that he can wake up or whatever. And then they said like even when you're in a coma, like your brainwave, you'll have like a blip. You know what I mean? And his was flat, like from the moment he got there, as far as what they told me. But as soon as they told me that, it was like, why the hell am I here? I was already dealing with, like my dad died, like roughly 2 weeks before that, and that left my dad's property in Iowa, like as one of my responsibilities or something that I had to deal with. And then when this happened with Danny and Nate, like Nate was dead when they found him, and my older brother found Danny and said he was like purple, like resuscitated him or whatever, and they got him to the hospital. And then I was bouncing back and forth from like watching taking care of my dad's property and stuff, and checking on Danny for like a week or two or whatever. And then it accumulated to that, I guess.
So, did you ever graduate from high school?
I got a GED.
Okay.
I got the highest GED test scores in 2 federal prisons from the days they were built until up until the times that I was there. I don't know if anybody's surpassed my scores since then, but
So, what prisons were you at?
I went to Pekin, Illinois the first time, and then I got sent back to prison for smoking grass on fucking parole or probation, whatever you want to call it, and they sent me to Oxford, Wisconsin.
But it looks like you haven't had problems with any lately. It's been quite a while. I mean, since
Yeah.
you were a young.
Like, yeah, and legit, okay, I had a girl. The last time I had a girlfriend was like 2015 or something like that, 14, 15, I think, something like that. And I had a girlfriend that she would send me to jail on a regular basis, it seemed like, and then beg me to come back and make me promise not to give up on her and tell me she's sorry and this and that. It was a real dramatic situation. But as far as that was it'd been a while before her. It had been a while since I'd had any reason to worry about going to jail or being arrested or whatnot. It'd been legit from 21 until 20. God, it would have been. It was 2012 or 13 when I got with her. We were together for a couple of years, but it was so from 05 to 2012 or 13 like no problems at all. And then I had a girlfriend for a couple of years, and I got a couple of what do they call them, Alfred Pleas or whatever, and then it's been that was 2015, and it's been nothing since.
Okay. So you're telling me you don't believe you have a mental illness, correct? And you don't
I-
have a chemical abuse problem?
No, I don't think that. I don't know. It's like I think everybody else is nuts, because everybody else, like, they'll run themselves ragged chasing money to buy things that they don't need, and miss out on all kind, like you don't need, people don't need all of the things and all of the money, like trading that for the time with your family or your children or even your peace of mind, like just experiencing life, to me is bonkers. Like everybody in life is stressed out, trying to pay bills and whatever else. And like I sit here and I have way more than I need, and I don't think about a dollar.
Can you tell me about your work history? Do you have a work history? Are you?
Yeah, I've got extensive work history. I don't necessarily I don't have a job right now, and I don't necessarily plan on finding one, because I have things to okay, when I got here, I got a job with Hands Fishing, just because it was a job I bumped into. Now I have a suspended license, and I live in a secluded area where there are no jobs. And I bought a house for $2,500, so I don't have to pay rent or a mortgage or nothing or this and that. And as far as like my time, like what I would like to dedicate my time to, I would rather dedicate my time to my property and my community, because I don't need anything. I have more than enough. And I legit I never think about spending a dollar. It doesn't even cross my mind. Like, but I bump into, like, people ask me to do things, and it's like when they ask me how much I'd want to help them do this or that or whatever, like cut down some trees or do this or whatever, and I tell them like I work for tips, because it's like this: if you asked me to help you, I would help you for free. So if you ask me how much I want for you to for me to help you do something, I'll help you for a tip. Like, you can tip me whatever you want, because if you didn't have any money, I would help you for free.
So how long have you lived in Ceylon?
I've been in Ceylon since November of 2018. I bought my house in November of 2019, and I've been here ever since.
Okay.
I was a block away from my house for the first year of living in Ceylon.
Okay.
And then I purchased my house, and they're trying to take it from me. And like, this is what's messed up. What gets me, Kay, is the guy that they ran out of town that owned my house before me, right? Like, they didn't want to give him $3,500 for his house, because any one of them could have purchased that property for $3,500. But they wanted to get it for back taxes, because they're used to this. They run cats out of town, and then they get their properties for nothing. Okay? Like, and then here I come, and they regret not buying it. Like, the mayor tried to talk the guy that I bought my house from into selling it to him after I'd already paid for it. Talk about integrity. You know what I mean?
Factual.
All right.
That's factual. Let me
Do
read
you
it.
have any medical problems at all?
Like, what do you mean? Like, I got a couple.
Ulcers,
Huh?
asthma or ulcers?
No, ma'am.
head injuries, anything?
Back pain.
Okay. taking any medication?
No,
Nothing
ma'am.
at all? And you're not suicidal, obviously.
No, ma'am.
No. And you've never been a patient in a psychiatric unit, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
You probably need something for PTSD. Though.
Oh, quit it.
After all this, after
Quit it.
When you've been put through, but it's many people, you're gonna have some kind of.
I don't
PTSD.
suffer from any post-traumatic anything
You probably
from the
don't after all
nonsense
this
that I'm
stuff.
going through. I don't.
Awesome. All right. Well, right now, John, I don't have any more questions for you, but if I need you for anything, is it okay if I email you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Thank you for talking to me.
Right on.
You're an interesting person.
Right on.
So, my name's Marvin. Nice
Have
to
a
meet
good
you.
rest of today.
All right.
You're not crazy, Josh.
I know I'm not crazy.
I know. You know what was going on in the courtroom. You know, maybe you say that you didn't know what was going on in the courtroom, or you're incompetent.
He said I
Bullshit.
used words that made him believe that I was incompetent. Okay? Now,
Tell me, correct me if I'm reading stuff wrong.
dude, no,
I
I'm saying
can't read
listen,
something like that in court.
listen, what kind of words could a person use? Okay? If you were speaking like if you're gonna blame it on a word, it better be a made up one.
But it'd be like me sitting there this morning in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking woogie boogie nigga.
If I was doing that in the courtroom,
You know what I mean?
if
Yeah.
I was doing that in the courtroom, see them, therapist.
If I start
Therapist. Johnny,
right.
I'm just blind and stuff.
If I start boogie boogieing. Okay.